Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. LTK with you. Batch 11 of our knife testing, steel verification and testing episodes. So we've had 1 through 10. This is number 11. Number 12 and 13 are still away. And we're going to work on batch 14 just to have something for Kurt, the hero of all our batch testing that's going on, of all the knife testing, because he's the actual person doing the PMI tests and doing the HRC tests on these knives. If you've watched any of these series before, then you know that we use an analyzer gun. Call it the PMI gun, XFR analyzer, whatever, XRF, whatever. I'll give you the links down below to how the analyzer works, what kind of elements are picked up, why, all that kind of stuff. Everything you'll need to know there. So we won't go over that again. But we got an interesting batch of knives. I'm sure you guys are really kind of interested in just, is it the real steel, and what's the heat treat like? Is the HRC, the Rockwell on these steels, is it appropriate for the kind of steel that it is? And that's where you need to click on the link of the spreadsheet, and it will have a column there that will tell you which knife it is. It'll tell you what was the advertised HRC, what was the advertised blade steel, and what is the appropriate HRC or hardness level for that steel, and how did it actually test. And there's a color code across there that says, you know, it's either in the green range, which is in the good range, blue for high, and yellow for below the hardness level that it should be at. So, and it seems like everybody is all over the map. So my impressions are that it's not necessarily the manufacturer, it's, you know, individual batches. Things can vary from knife to knife. And I think I've seen, well, I know I saw a video on Super Steel Steve's site, trying to say that 5 times real fast, but Super Steel Steve, I'll give you the link to his YouTube channel, and he, you know, very clearly said in one of his videos, you can have 2 of these steel wheel piercer knives, and guess what? And they're both D2 steel, and they will be a little bit different finish on the blade, a little bit different angle, a little bit different heat treat. So they're going to be different. The performance will be different. So you can't just say, oh, well, I saw you got 130 cuts out of it and before it would stop shaving paper, so I know mine will do the same. And he goes, no, wrong. So these knives are just a representation, just a random selection, and things could vary. So, I mean, really, I was thinking the other day, you know, I wouldn't mind having that little dot on my knife and have a certificate come in the box with it, and they say, this actually tested at, you know, 60, 61, 62, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I know what this one is, because it's actually been tested. But yours, you don't know for sure. That's interesting. And it's kind of scary. But, I mean, they are what they are. I mean, we're just spot checking. So we'll come back around to these models. I mean, this won't be the only steel wheel model in D2 that we're ever going to test. So their steel is their steel. Whether they're making this kind of blade, a cut jack blade, a lantern blade, whatever, then we're going to find out, right? Because we're going to have them tested. Just like this, you know? So D2 as well. D2 is D2, back in their shop, I'm sure. So it's part of their stock. We'll find out how consistent their heat treat is over time. All right, and of course we got the Wyvern in here, which is a D2 as well. Doesn't say anywhere on here, but it's D2. Okay, let's go into this real quick. Here's the batch 11 list of knives. Now that we're 5 minutes in, I apologize. This is just a thing. It takes a while to get through this, okay? There's a lot of knives involved in here, and this could be the first time somebody sees one of these test videos, so I do want to put that in there. Thank you to Blade Banter, okay? Link to his YouTube channel will be in here, of course. Not only is Kurt, our tester, doing a heroic job, but so is Blade Banter at doing the spreadsheet. And he has knives that he gets tested, and there are some other reviewers that have knives that get tested as well. And so that spreadsheet will have their knives on there as well, not just the knives I've done, okay? It'll be the total library of all knives that have been tested by us group of guys, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you haven't seen me test a whatever knife, I don't know, then go on that spreadsheet anyhow, because it may have already been tested and listed on that sheet. And it's a continual evolving sheet as well. It will continue to build with more names and more models as time goes by. Okay, let's get back to the list. Spreadsheet, click on it. Take a look. I get a lot of people asking me questions like, you know that's right on the spreadsheet, right? Why don't you test a Ganzo knife? Done it, like 5 or 6 of them. Tucson knife, when are you going to do that? Done it. Click on the link. Click on the link. If you don't see it, then ask me. And then send me the knife so I don't have to buy it. Okay. Benchmade Contigo. Yeah, last time in batch 10, we had a counterfeit. And it was D2, but it looked just like this, okay? But this looks just like this too. And it's M390, KnifeWorks exclusive. One of my favorite all-time knives, Contigo M390. So you can see that we wrote down the HRCs here. This is just to give you that. The Griptillion, I sent, Gripster out that I always mess with. Where is he? Oh, he's down here. Okay. So I throw him out sometimes for size comparisons and stuff. Steel wheel piercer, cold steel Luzon. Had to get the large one. I'm not sure if I've thrown the review out or not yet. It's a funky big, knife. Don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I like big old monsters and stuff, but not sure that this is as well made and lovely as so many of the other cold steel knives are, because there's a bunch that are awesome. Okay, the Carnifex from CRKT, Jumbones, Avant, Tangram, which is that Akuto, Japanese Akuto, right? And you can see, okay, Lavoco, which is this is going to be one of, hopefully our last. I mean, I got this to test because they said it's D2, but then when I didn't know it was going to have these markings on it. I don't think they showed it on the site, but then when I got it in, sure enough. So it's a counterfeit, and so this will be the last of the counterfeit knives that I do. Civivi, and this was already in testing when I had a couple of guys that were like, yeah, this is don't like that. And so I go, yeah, I mean, I kind of read you. I don't want this in the pool with the legits as far as getting passed off as a real one either. So yeah, and it's stealing. Okay, yeah, it is. I get it, but people buy them, and so I was curious. I saw the design. I knew it was the stitch, but I didn't know it had the logos and stuff. In any case, the Wyvern, Tucson TS68, Magic Claw Knife somewhere over there, and then Sigil Clone, which is, and this one at least doesn't say micro. This one came in from, I think Jason, I think from Jason, and sat on the table for a while. It's just got a funky box with it, and the Vespa Ripper, which I don't believe this is trying to be anything other than a Vespa ripper knife. But there's been a lot of controversy on the Vespa knives. Is that a legit M390 or not? And so there we go. Let's start down the road. Where do you want to start? Benchmade Contigo? Let's start the Benchmade Contigo. This is M390. Yes, it is real M390. And what's the HRC? That's the big deal. And the HRC is 60. So it's real M390. We don't get it through their software because they don't have M390 in their software, but we get it through comparison of a legit M390. And there it is. Pause and read, okay? So this, of course, is just, if you don't have one of these and if you like this design, I love this design. And this thing has got, I mean, all kinds of traction all over, right, left hand, deep carry. It answers almost all the prayers, including the fact that it's a premium steel. It's satin. I don't like the M4 model. It's all blacked out, coated blade, all that kind of stuff. This is this is stainless. The M4, it's very prone to corrosion. This M390, A-OK, super steel. So yes, I love this. And this Benchmade, best thing probably that Benchmade's ever done since the Griptilian, tell you the truth. So, love it. Great knife. Tested perfect. M390, 60 HRC. Next, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the Gripster, since we're on the Benchmade track. Okay, this is CPM 20 CV steel. My first production run. I got this from Frank. He gave it to me, so that was great. Then I sent it to Benchmade, had it spa treatment and all that kind of stuff, and then got it back. Here it is. And then I sent it in for testing. I've had it on my table for a long time. I don't carry it that often, but this is one of the best things Bestech's ever done. I mean, Benchmade? Crap, Bestech. The Bestech on the brain. Benchmade, 550, the grip. Real CPM 20 CV, 58.3 HRC. Here's your readout. Okay? Now, CPM 20 CV, according to Blade Banter, 56 to 59 is acceptable HRC range, where on the M390, it's 60 to 62 is the sweet range, okay? So this being under 60 is not an issue. It won't show as low because it's 58.3. Anything between 56 and 59, supposedly. Now, what's best? What's the optimum number? Is it 59? Can it go to 60? I don't know the answers to that. He's pulling off the manufacturer's site. Whoever makes the CPM 20 CV gives the numbers. He's taking those and using them as the optimum sweet spot. So if you had that question. Okay, next. Steel wheel piercer. Come on down. Okay, this one's the one that is a G10, so it's a liner lock. Okay. Nice little user knife, aren't they? D2 steel. And they did it right, you know. The HRC is 60.3. Yes, it's real D2. And of course, this gun does detect D2 because they use it in their manufacturing process there. So here you go. And here's your printout. Okay, so 60.3. That's a good one. That's a good one. And you know, I think it's really a 58 to 60. And I've seen D2 go to 61, 62 and over. So I don't know the optimum blade treatment for D2. I mean, if you look on one site, they go 55 to 60. And another one, they say, you know, 59 to 61. So, you know, that's right in there. But this one is good. This one's good at that. So we're happy with that. Oh, Carnifex. Flavio Icoma design. And of course, this is an 8CR13. unfortunately, I mean, this knife is one of my favorite CRKT knives. It's just a beautiful design. It's a big knife, great ergos. Love this one a lot. And it is 8CR13 MOV. HRC is 57. A little bit, let me see. Yeah, I'd say that it's in that zone, 56 to 59. So it's in there. I mean, it's not 59, but it ain't below 56 either. So there you go. Next, let's talk about the Avant. And where is our Avant? It's laying over here. I don't even have it in the camera. Yes, it is. It's an 8CR14 MOV. And it tested, yes, as 8CR14. It's a 59.8. And here it is. Here's the printout. So now this is pretty high. And I think we're saying that this is about the same heat treat range as the 8CR. So this is a little bit higher in the scale. That's cool. Next, Levoco stitch. Oh, the counterfeit. And they were saying in their little ad thing that it was D2. And it's not. It's some kind of 440C steel. 440 steel. And there's your printout. And your HRC is 57.2. So if it's for a 440, it should be probably a 58 to 60. So yeah, that's a little low on that. And I guess this is the time to break out my crazy sheets. This is where, you know, I mean, I just printed out some of these that are odd and unusual, and you've never seen them around. So the Levoco, this is where I got mine. See, they didn't even show any logos or anything on there. They call it the Levoco stitch. So that was that deal, and they were saying it was D2. So such that it is, it is. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Now let's get this over here. Okay, next. The Civivi Wyvern. And the Civivi Wyvern is, they call it a Chinese D2. Why, I don't know, because this it looks like the same formula as the American D2. In any case, they're interesting knives. It seems like a lot of people are really taken with them. How'd it turn out? Well, it's real D2. You can tell here. And the HRC is 60.7. That's really good. Oh, my light's failing us. Maybe we better get through this. And there's your printout. Okay? Nice. That's really done well. So Civivi, they got it going. Talk about somebody in the more budget class that's really got it going is Tucson. This is a TS68. This is a Wong design. You can see a little divot there. And he kicked it. Guess what? It's M390. I think this one, I think I nabbed it at about 60 bucks, 65 bucks, something like that. Okay? And it's real M390. And the HRC was 61.9. 61.9. Here's the deal. Here's your printout. How crazy is that? Wow. And by the way, the scales, yeah, they're grade 5. They're TI-64 titanium. And there's your printout. It's funny how Tucson, I mean, there's such a bargain, but we found that they're right in the sweet spot for HRC. The titanium's real. Everything's done well. They're well machined, well made, good fit and finish. It's the bargain of, you know, of a bunch of bargain knives that are out of there. I mean, being titanium with M390 and all the stuff, it's just crazy. The crazy good prices. Okay, Magic Knife here. And this one was kind of a hee-haw thing. I got one. I don't know if you saw it. This was about a year ago or whatever. And then this one came back. And here it is. It says M390. And Jason bought it off my table sale, but he says, go send it in for testing. I'm curious. Is it really M390? It's like 140 bucks, right? Hold on, let me see if I can grab that paperwork real quick, because I did print a little thing of it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so 145 bucks. And they're saying, this is real titanium, real M390, all that kind of stuff, right? Really? Well, guess what? Yeah, it's real M390. HRC's 59.5. There's your printout. Next, I love it. Got fun with my lighting today. The Magic Knife. Once again, and they call it the Magic Claw, if you saw that when I showed you the paper there. So, Magic Claw, grade 5 titanium, TI-64, and there's your printout. So, hey, pretty crazy, huh? 59.5, I mean, it's supposed to be 60 to 62 for M390. I mean, that's the optimal, so that's pretty close. So, good job there. Actually, it's the real deal. How about this little dog? Dog it is, and I think Jason said he bought it off of Amazon, which, you know, Amazon and eBay, two of those places that you need to be careful. Make sure you're buying things from a dealer, an authorized person, something instead of some off, you know, kilter, and it's kind of tough to determine on those places. In any case, so it says M390 on it. Is it really M390? And of course, it's not. It's more an 8CR13 MOV. HRC 56.1. And there's your printout. So, very disappointing on that one. It's okay, don't care. Don't really, I'm not a huge fan of the sigil to begin with, but if you're going to get a sigil, getting that cheap clone off of Amazon, probably not the way to go. And then the titanium scales, TI-64. So they're grade 5. They're actually the real deal. There's one thing that's not a lie on that knife. So there you go, and there's the printout. Cold steel Luzon. Well, not much to talk about there. I mean, it's 8CR13 MOV. That's what they say it is, and that's what it is. Okay? Is it big? Yeah. Is it fun? Not all that much. You know, hey, if I want a big knife from Cold Steel, it's not this one, unfortunately. But it's unique. Lose the pocket clip. Ugh, that's tough. So many other good ones. And we've got the Cold Steel AD10, AD for Andrew Demko, and that one is in testing. So 8CR13 MOV, HRC is 58.1, so it's in there. It's in the range. And there's your printout. All right, next, the Jumbones. Okay, so the Jumbones is a big one. It's AUS 8. It's real AUS 8. The HRC, 58.2. There's your printout. And, you know, pull my little thing here, 58.2. So 58 to 59 on Aus 8 is your sweet spot. So they're in there, not bad. So I think the Avant and this have all kind of been good as far as the heat treat zone. It's not the greatest steel, is it? But they've been in the correct heat treat zone. The Tangram Rumble. You like them Tangram? Tangram Outdoors, a sister company, affiliated company with Kaiser. There you go. And this one, you know, originally this came out, it was left-hand tip up only, and then they made it to where it can be right or left hand. Okay? Put some extra holes in them. But this is that Japanese Akudo and steel, supposedly. The HRC, he ran 2 different hits on it because I think he was a little surprised how low it was. It was 54.8, 54.3. Now you have to look at the spreadsheet for Blade Banter to come up with, oh my God, we're in a disco again, to come up with the appropriate range, but I'm saying that's not the appropriate range for anything I know of. That's way low. That's way low. So that's not good. I mean, I would say that needed to at least be in a 57 or 58, 59, somewhere in there. That's not good. Okay, here we go. And there's the composition. So, yes, it is the Akudo, but it is not a good HRC. Vespa Ripper. So this OTF, it's got carbon fiber on both sides. It's really an attractive knife. Well done, huh? I might have to kick it and do a separate review for this knife. I don't usually do a lot of automatics. This one's really attractive, really good looking knife. I think they're like, what are they, 180 bucks or something like that. Hold on. Here you go. Pulled this one off of here. Yeah. And China high-end EDC, I think, is where he got his. Devin got his. Oop. Devin Turner. He supplied this knife. And, wow. He knew that there were people saying, there's no way this is real M390. That's a lie, whatever. And so he sent it to me, along with that Rubens Roan. Did you see the Roan review I did? Whew, that is a beautiful knife. In any case, so this is real M390. It is actually real M390. They say it is, and it really is. You know, most of these Chinese guys, they're not lying about their stuff. Of course, we had the funky sigil over here. Oh, and then this thing. But when you come up with these clones and counterfeits, you never know what you're running into when you get into these original designs, you know, that are kind of lesser known brands from China. You might be okay. But in any case, here's the actual printout. Vespa Ripper OTF. This is our last one, and I'm not going to go into the slideshow and show you the actual blade under the HRC needle. I just think that's extraneous. But I want you guys to let me know. Do you want to see all the pictures of the knife under that HRC, under the Rockwell machine, with the dial in the picture or not? If you do, I'll do that going forward. If not, I'm going to leave it simple this way. I mean, we're already 30 minutes in, and so it gets to be a bit much. Vespa Ripper OTF. Yes, 59.6 and 59.2. I'm sorry, my eyes are going blurry. You know what? 60 to 62 is the sweet spot, but that's pretty darn close, so that's nothing to be ashamed of, I don't think. And there you go. So as far as a good quality OTF, but it's $180. I mean, you're kind of getting into a lot, and we haven't done any Microtech stuff, so I think we need to maybe check out some Microtech, see what their HRCs are like. All right, that's it for us. That was a big old list. That's a bunch of knives. Sorry for the disco ball over here. That light bulb is going out. And I'm going to give it a send-off because it's pissing me off. In any case, sorry, lighting wasn't perfect for this one. Neither was you-know-who behind the camera. But we're trying to bring you these knives in an intelligent fashion, in a comprehensive fashion. You can see and get an idea of the desired heat treat, the actual heat treat that we found on these, or the actual, HRC Rockwell that we found, okay? And then we're verifying the steels, and that's a lie, and that's a lie. It's always good to have a liar in the bunch. Always makes me feel better, you know? It does. It just does. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to click out of here. You guys take care. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.